wearing number 4 from McNeese State, here's Joe And at the other guard, wearing number 11 from Indiana, your captain, Isaiah Thomas.
Here's the thing that people do not want to admit. The Pistons in 1989 and 1990 were the best team in basketball. I don't care how physical they were, how mean they were the best team.
This was a very physical basketball team. When they came onto the court, they were intent on winning.
Up to Billy, he'll square up and gun left wing. It goes!
They were hard-working, took absolutely no prisoners, really didn't care who they upset, pissed off, whatever.
But the biggest problem was the Detroit Pistons. They kicked their ass.
I think a lot of times teams would get on the court and feel defeated before the game even started because they went, oh my God, if something bad happens, they're just going to kick our you-know-what.
And most teams can't play that way. So when they tried to play that way, they were already beat.
We'd shut teams down, period. That's what we do.
And it's Rodman operating a great offensive rebounder, taken down at the end line, and now punches exchange.
We knew when it was a man down, team got up.
I mean, the name just kind of came along with it, the bad boy name, and then we just rolled with it.
There is a silence, knocked down by Lambert.
Oh, we didn't mind the bad boys. I think it was a good marketing tool created by the NBA to create some excitement. They knew what we were about, and we had a good opportunity to generate a lot of excitement around not only the country but around the world, and we did. So they took advantage of that, nicknamed us the Bad Boys, and it was fun. It was something that we'll remember for a long time. Anytime somebody say the Bad Boys, make no mistake, everybody knows it was the Detroit Pistons.
Well, I'm not 100% sure how the Pistons got the Bad Boys name, but I believe it was Rick Mahorn and Bill Laimbeer when they appeared on the cover of Rolling Stone. That's when the nation started saying, you know what, these are the Bad Boys. You have Mahorn and Laimbeer looking very menacing on this magazine.
Let's watch what happens here as Mahorn takes it and just walks up, and they just gave him a push, which was really not deserved, I don't think. I don't know where that came from.
Well, I remember it specifically. Something happened and somebody got tussled to the floor, and one of the other teams didn't like it, took exception to it. And I think Isaiah or Chuck made the comment about, we're playing like the old Oakland Raiders. Like about 10 days later, here comes these 2 or 3 massive boxes from the Oakland Raiders. So immediately, that became the mantra we adopted.
We can use this reputation in 2 ways. Either we can use it to our advantage, or it's going to hinder us severely. Laimbeer said, okay, we'll be like the Oakland Raiders. The old Oakland Raiders.
The Bad Boys came from the league, actually, in the prior year. They put out their year-end video, which they do for 3 or 4 teams that got that far, and it was titled Bad Boys. David Stern always says that he regrets the day that he approved that title. I disagree. I think he knows what a great moniker it was. It'll live forever, and it'll always be associated with our ball club. And it's one of those unique things that just keeps on going and going. The mystique of it is phenomenal.
We want that piece of court. We want your gym. We want everybody in your gym. We don't want to hear any noise in your gym because it's our gym tonight.
Baseline right, pump fake on Kite, back outside to Isaiah. Top side, Laimbeer guns over. Parrish got it.
Great slap away by Vinny. Hustles for the ball in midcourt, driving on Shaw. Great layoff to Rodman for the dunk.
Darren Day wheeling across the lane, cuts back toward the baseline, missed close in, tapped by Parrish, no. And Parrish just swung on Laimbeer and knocked him down.
The Bad Boys, got their reputation by being physical, and I'm going to go to one team, the Boston Celtics. Larry Bird hated the Pistons and hated the Bad Boys. And once you got Larry Bird to respond to you, then, now you were legitimate. Because Larry Bird just came out and he played, and everybody was beneath him. He was the best player in the world in his mind. And, Detroit, it was the Detroit Pistons. But he started to respond to the Pistons.
McHale is fouled by Laimbeer, who claims he had the ball. Laimbeer is no favorite amongst the Celtics or their fans. As Larry Bird said, we don't like him that good.
The Celtics were, I don't know if they were America's team, but it seemed like they were. And so now you were messing with the fabric of American basketball by agitating the Boston Celtics.
Dishes off now to Bird. And there is a violent knockdown by Laimbeer. And Bird just smacked him. Oh my! A completely unnecessary foul by Laimbeer, and Laimbeer got walloped.
And I know Rick Mahorn shoved Larry Bird out of bounds. Robert Parrish used Bill Laimbeer's face as a bongo. So even when the Celtics responded and initiated some of the violence on the court, it was still the Pistons' fault. So that's how you knew that they were the bad boys.
He pulled Bird to the ground, he slammed him to the ground, and Bird retaliated with a hard right hand to Laimbeer.
A year ago, the Pistons were denied a chance at the finals. Now they've reached the threshold of basketball's ultimate reward, and tomorrow's dreams look brighter than ever.
Now, we're respected as a basketball team. People respect our talents, and they respect how hard we work now. And, you know, there's a certain mindset being created now by the Detroit Pistons. That people look at Detroit and say, this is how this team plays. And if you're gonna beat this team, you're gonna have to beat them at their style of game.
Game one is about to begin. From Auburn Hills, Michigan, it'll be the Pistons and the Lakers for the NBA Final coming up.
Well, the Bad Boys were more of a mental thing than a physical thing. Yes, we were a physical basketball team, but we were a team that asked for no mercy nor gave any mercy, and we were kind of arrogant about how we did business, and we were single focused to win the championship.
A well-played game, really, at both ends for both teams so far. Dumar getting hot, hits a second in a row, and he's got 12 to lead Detroit.
Nobody remembers the mental part of the game, and that's how the Pistons won. They got inside of your head. You didn't know whether it was safe to drive the lane or not, because you were going to get dotted. And I think other teams were scared. And I think sometimes the Pistons went out into the court. They already knew they were going to win.
Yeah, right here, Mahorn just pop-worthy here. You know, they're both, fighting for position.
They felt like in the 88-89 season, it was going to be their year, and 89 was going to be their championship year. So I think when the playoffs began and when the finals began, the Pistons thought, this is our time. We are the best team in basketball.
On the Detroit side, they're saying 12 minutes. They know that the fourth quarter is usually their strong quarter. On that note, on the Lakers side, Gary Vitti just told me he has never seen the Los Angeles Lakers this tired.
We wanted to win, and this the best way to win was to close ranks and to be so focused and just to ignore everybody else, and we got it done.
World champs.